Yo, yo, yo. What is up? Happy Tuesday, peoples. What's going on? Unfortunately, we're gonna have to figure out what to play today because, late last night, it was announced that the game we were planning on playing today, last minute got delayed by about 2 weeks. So, we were planning on starting WrestleQuest today, and it got delayed. So we'll probably start off the news segment and just pull that up and show the announcement that they pushed out. I mean, respect. The game was apparently on one or more platforms broken as far as corrupted save files. Apparently there was some bad stuff going on with some save files they found, and they weren't able to fix it before the release. And rather than push it out, like we've seen so many other developers do, and try to meet that deadline, they said, sorry, unfortunately, we have to delay the game for a couple of weeks while we make sure we get this sorted. So yeah, it feels a little bit bad. But, I would rather see a developer do that, take responsibility, be proactive about the situation, and not make consumers pay for their mistakes. So I respect it. It feels bad. We were planning on playing it. It sucks that, we were so close to the release before they decided to. They were probably crunch time, trying to fix it, see if they could get it fixed, and that way they could still release the game. That's probably what was happening, and they weren't able to figure it out. So it's okay. We've got other games we can play. We will figure it out, and we'll have a good day today. Okay, so no big deal. But we do also have, of course, August 8th edition of Video Gaming News today. So before we even play games, we got to do what we do. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and dive in here and see what's going on in the world of video games first, okay? So let's go ahead and kill the music, and let's go take a look at WrestleQuest real quick. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, and then we'll get into the news. So until even well past stream time yesterday, the original release date for the game said August 7th. And it said August 7th because it was depending on time zone, it would be, for me, it was going to be right around midnight that this game was going to release, which is why we weren't going to get to play it yesterday, and it would have been today instead. But I noticed late last night that the date changed. And I was like, oh no, what happened? And then you've got this from the developer, right? So I'll read this for you guys. It's a little bit small text, so let me read this out for you. WrestleQuest release date update. An update to our fans. See you in the ring August 22nd. Megacat Studios and Skybound Games announced today that WrestleQuest will now be launching August 22nd across all platforms. When performing final checks on one of our launch platforms, we discovered it was possible for players to lose their save game progress when playing WrestleQuest on multiple different devices. Because this is a game filled with hours of content and player progress is so important, we could never body slam our fans like that. We are truly proud of this game and believe that we have a product that delivers on all counts. We're blown away by the support we've seen from players excited for WrestleQuest. Thank you all. We'll see you in the ring August 22nd. Megacat Studios and Skybound Games. So, again, it's always going to be a little bit disappointing when you don't get to play a game when you thought you were going to. But I would much rather see this happen. And, the developer, publisher take responsibility, be upfront about the fact that there is an issue that they didn't foresee that they feel is worth them delaying the game for, and not making people feel cheated and scammed out of their money, and releasing a broken game. So, good on them. I applaud it, man. I applaud it. There aren't enough publishers and developers, in my opinion, that are willing to go to this type of length to save the consumer. And honestly, it makes them look better than just trying to meet a release date. So in my opinion, this is the best thing that could have happened. And it also, for me, will, moving forward, make me have a better outlook about anything that Mega Cat Studios and Skybound Games does moving forward. This is the kind of thing I want to see out of developers and publishers. I want to see them have some semblance of, obviously it's a business, but taking care of a consumer means making sure that you're pushing out a quality product and not doing what so many developers and publishers do nowadays, which is push out a broken product and act like it's just okay to fix it afterwards. That's not okay. That's not acceptable. And Mega Cat and Skybound, big thumbs up from me, man. Davey, what's up, buddy? Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. 100%, man. 100%. Yep. That's one of the reasons that I felt like it was very important, not only because we were we were planning on playing it today, but to take a moment there and shout out the dev and the publisher just to recognize that they are doing what should be done, right? It's a rarity, unfortunately. It's a rarity, but they are absolutely doing what should be done. As far as them being a business, making sure they're pushing out a quality product for us as gaming enthusiasts and ultimately as the consumer, right? That's what should be done. But it's a rarity nowadays. Yeah, dude, no doubt. So, we've already got some news up. We talked about this yesterday. I actually tweeted, and dude, I am not a social media guy. It's, in my opinion, something that just consumes people's lives. It takes up too much of people's time, and I know a lot of people are go, yeah, says the guy that sits here and plays games for 8 to 9 hours a day. But look, man, that's why I don't have time to be doing social media. All right. But we and shout out to our buddy Alunico, our community member Alunico, brought this to our attention. We a few weeks ago we got word out of, I think it was South Korea, that Red Dead Redemption, the original Red Dead game, had been re-rated in South Korea. And what that usually means is the game is getting re-released. Usually if a game is getting re-released, especially one that is 13 years old, which is how old Red Dead 1 is now. This game released in 2010. That usually means that it's going to be a remake or at the very least a remaster. And apparently yesterday it came out that it is neither. Not only is it neither, but this game is only getting re-released for the PS4 and the Switch. And they are charging people $50 for a 13-year-old game. Literally changing nothing about it. It is the same exact game that released 13 years ago. And they're charging people $50 for it. We're going to take a look at this. I will discuss it with you and tell you what my, I'll bring up my tweet at Rockstar too, and I'll just let you guys know what I kind of clapped back at them with. It's asinine to me. This is the problem. And we'll talk about all of this whenever we pull these articles back up. But shout out to our buddy Alunico for coming in yesterday, letting us know that this information had come out. That's really gross, dude. Honestly, it's pretty disgusting to see a developer like Rockstar do this kind of thing. And I hadn't even looked at any social media stuff. I just got straight onto my account. I tagged them and was like, basically said my piece, and then I saw they are getting obliterated for this. This is a bad move, dude. This is a bad move. Yeah. We'll talk about it. I'm already ready to like rant out about this. I've got a solution-esque for people that might think that it's worth buying that game. I've got maybe a bit of a better way for you to think about how you could better spend your money in that fashion, maybe, depending on what kind of gamer you are, things like that. But we'll talk about that once we get to that article, okay? Let's see what else we have here for the news today. Apparently, Larian has not even started an expansion or anything to Baldur's Gate. Dude, is that a surprise? It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. This game is massive. It's massive. Honestly, they probably deserve a little. I mean, they've already said that the next game they're going to make is not going to be nearly this big, and that's okay. I think everybody has to be understanding that that's okay. This is an amazing feat that they have accomplished here with Baldur's Gate 3. I haven't even played it yet, but just what I know of it, and I'm staying away from most details about the game because I don't want to be spoiled, but we're going to play the game in November, starting in November, and so I've just got too much on my plate right now for other games. Then we've got Scaretober coming, and then as soon as we finish Scaretober, I'll be diving into Baldur's Gate 3. So we'll get a nice November through December playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. It'll be fun. I'll be playing a Necromancer. I've already determined that. It'll be a wild playthrough. Yeah. So we'll have some fun. But I mean, for Larian, this game is massive. If people are already calling for an expansion, they need to chill out. The people that, if anybody is calling for an expansion or extra content for the game already or anything like that, these are the types of individuals that I feel like in life just are never satisfied. You've got to, I mean, this game is so huge that I'm sure there will be more that comes for the game later on, but give it time, man. You know, enjoy what you have right now. Just chill. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yep. Yeah, we're talking about the Red Dead stuff already. Let's see what Gaming Bible has. Clickbait stuff, dude. Okay. Oh, here's some information about DLC apparently. Okay, so this is one of the things that I'm going to be a bit. Remnant 2 is going to get crossplay in the future as developer Gunfire Game irons out technical wrinkles. And new archetypes in DLC. Here's the thing. I mean, if this is just theoretically things that they've got on the table for trying to bring to DLC in the future, okay, but if this is like DLC that they're trying to implement within the next few months or whatever, that's going to be a bit off-putting for me because you're going to know that they already had that stuff ready, you know, on release, really. Activision has confirmed Modern Warfare 3. That's big news. Big news for Microsoft, yeah. I know they don't outright own Activision Blizzard yet, but it'll happen sooner rather than later. It's coming. So anything that's good for Activision Blizzard right now is good for Microsoft too. Sony has begun beta testing cloud streaming for PS5 games. All right. Yo, there are a lot of sales going on right now, by the way, for just like we've talked about here recently for like PS5 base core systems are going on sale. We're starting to see some a lot of sales on peripherals and stuff like that too for these modern consoles, new gen consoles, and I'm seeing a lot of sales come about for the DualSense 5 controllers, where they for the existence and release since the release of the PS5. They've been about $70 a pop. Rarely you can get them on sale. I'm starting to see them go on sale quite often right now for about $50. So again, that's still a chunk of change, but it's about $20 off what they normally are. I put a link in our Discord channel, the Gamers Deal Discord channel, a number of days ago. I saw another sale come up yesterday. I didn't post it in the channel because I already had one in there. But if you're interested in getting one of those DualSense 5 controllers, you might look around and see if there are some sales going on around you or online or whatever, because it does appear that a lot of sales are happening for those controllers. Oh, dude, I bet that is a pricey laptop, dude. Uh, it's got a 4090 and a 250 hertz display, not to mention anything else. It doesn't even mention the processor, RAM, anything like that. I bet that's a pricey laptop right there. But, dude, a 4090, a GPU that has notable generates a notably large amount of heat to be in a laptop, that'd be scary for me, man. PlayStation 5 beats Xbox to long requested graphics feature. What? PS5 actually beat Xbox to an update? Oof. Darkwood developer Acid Wizard Studio has indefinitely shut down due to destructive work-life balance. Yo, this is supposed to be a very good game, by the way. It's like a top-down horror adventure game. It's all about, it's like survival, um, resource gathering, survival kind of. It's really really wild. Seen a little bit of it. I think it was given away for free not too long ago, actually. Too. I don't remember what platform. Of course, I said I thought the other day during the news segment, I thought I had two games that I didn't have that I thought had been free too. So I'm starting to get lost in the pollution of how many free games I've gotten on PC. Look, that's not a bad problem either, though. You know, it's not a bad problem to have. To have so many games in your library that you've gotten for free that you can't remember exactly which ones you have. It's not the worst problem to have. Ugh. Yeah, yeah. So this is what we just talked about this morning. Not going to cover it again. Accessible gaming companies have to do better. I agree. I agree. Um, I put out an article not too long ago. We'll probably pull this up and just talk about this, but I put a clip out of one of our news segments not too long ago. It was a Project Leonardo out of PlayStation. You know, they just released their accessibility controller aimed at people with disabilities, right? And great that they are finally in 2023 releasing a controller aimed specifically at helping people with disabilities get into the world that we all love so much, right? But that controller also costs $90. And I understand business and everything, but I mean, as if people with disabilities haven't had enough obstacles accessing gaming throughout the years anyways. Now they have to pay more for the peripherals they need to play the games too. That sucks, man. That's just another way in which like companies need to be better. It shouldn't They shouldn't have to incur extra hurdles to get into the world that we all love so much. At least not significantly. You know, at the very least, it should have been something pretty close or comparable to what a normal controller would cost. I'm not saying that I'm not expecting it would be great, but I'm not expecting PlayStation to just hand out Project Leonardo controllers to, anybody that needs them. I get it, they're a business, but it also doesn't feel good that they're making people with disabilities have to pay even more than people would have to pay for just a regular controller. Feels bad, dude. It sucks. Pull this up. Rockstar Games receives massive backlash over Red Dead Redemption lazy port. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Where were these at? Yeah. Let's go. Let's just put that at the end. We're just gonna read Kotaku's that we had up yesterday, and then we'll read that one too. Let's look at our other search real quick. Nope. What was that? Hold on. You guys seeing this? Let's just take a quick beat here. I want to put this into perspective for people. The global video games market to reach a staggering 180, really 188 billion US this year, study reveals. This industry is insanely massive. So big, dude. I wonder how that compares to like the global box office market. Because some of the stuff I've been seeing is that like there's just, as far as the entertainment world goes, video games is absolutely demolishing anything else. Not even close. Global box office forecast to hit 29 billion. 29 billion in 2023 for a global box office. 29 billion. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot, right? But in comparison, 29 billion for global box office to 187 billion for gaming. God dang, dude. It's like movies aren't putting a dent in gaming, dude. Oh, bro, you know what I totally forgot yesterday about the Devolver Digital showcase. We're probably going to watch that today. We'll watch the VOD today. Since I don't even know what we're playing yet anyways. We're going to watch the VOD of the Devolver Digital showcase. I forgot that popped off yesterday. So, we'll go back and take a look at that VOD today in between the news and the video gaming content. We'll watch the Devolver Digital showcase. I love Devolver. They're like my favorite publisher, dude. And I want to see what all they have to say. Pokemon Presents is coming later today. What? At 8 a.m.? All right, we got multiple things to watch today, I guess. All right. Keep this back here. So we'll watch this after the news, and then we'll go watch the Devolver Digital stuff after that, okay? One second, guys. We've got that up. Yeah, we talked about that. Persona 5 Tactica spin-off game trailer info. We'll take a peek. Go one more page here, see what we can find. We already talked about all this. Early access date is September 1st. This game is 122 gigabytes. So if you're playing on console, actually, dude, I think the preload starts today or tomorrow. Preload for Starfield starts today or tomorrow. We already hit on this, so but TLDR, preload for Starfield starts today or tomorrow. It is massive. It's a large game, so you need to be prepared for how much space that's going to take on your hard drive, especially because most consoles, if you haven't upgraded your hard drive space, it's going to take a big chunk of it. So be prepared for that, okay? And if you've gotten one of the editions that allows you to play early, you'll be able to play starting September 1st. All right? That's what you need to know. I'm not going to dive into this, but apparently for Chapter 5 of Fortnite, you're going to have wall running and wall kicking. It's getting like super parkour, I guess, in Fortnite Chapter 5. This is a leak, though. This is not official. So, we'll have to wait for something official. I'll dive into it if we see something official, okay? Destiny 2 servers are going down today to apply update 7.1.5.3. So be aware if you are a Destiny player. Where's Ferret at? I'm sure he already knows. But real quick, if you are a Destiny player, servers are going to go down today, 8:15 a.m. PDT, 11:15 a.m. EST. That would be 10:15 this morning. So we're talking like a little over 3 hours from now. And it looks like they're supposed to be down around 2 hours. But unforeseen things can happen sometimes. And, just be aware. If you're a Destiny player, dude, I'll talk about it when we get it up. This whole Rockstar dude can get wrecked. Okay. All right, let's go. Persona 5 Tactica. Watch the latest trailer for upcoming Persona 5 spin-off game. Here we go. Let's go.
目を開け、立ち上がれ。さもなければ永久に落ちよ。助けに来たよ。
君たちは誰だ？
いや、こっちのセリフな。
現実離れした世界に人間離れした怪物ども、僕はどうかしてしまったのか。相当に気性が荒く凶暴、特にあれはかなり危険だ。
あそこにいるのが春日部さん。なんかすげえブツブツ言ってるけど、助けてやるから一緒に逃げるぞ。
ナマズくんの意見に賛成だ。
なに？一斉よく現れて逃げるわけ？
どこだここは。なんじゃこりゃ。まるで異なる世界がつながってるみたい。
皆さんハッピーしてますか？幸福でないなどという国民はこの国に無用。
民は偽りの愛とやらに惑わされ聞く耳を持たないか。
あなたはこれからこのキングダムの各地で戦いに身を投じることでしょう。これを用いて新たなるペルソナを生み出します。
子供が不法なやり方で大人の権力
I have
に喧嘩
never
を売
played
るよう
any
な
of the
真似は
Persona
賛同
games.
でき
They're
ない。
supposed to be bangers,
ここは
though.
僕に任せてくれ。
People love
いや
those
ー
things.
君たち、まずは腹を割ってお互いをトラストミー。
黙れ！切り捨てられているのか？
というわけだ、諸君。
何がだ？
ねえ東四郎、真面目にやろう。とにかく迎え撃つわよ。
全員まとめて解放してやろうぜ。
私が何とかする！
立ちふさがるなら仕掛けるぞ。覚悟しろ。
見るがいい。これが革命の末路や。
ずっと我慢して怯えて泣いて、それが生きるってことなの？
やめろ。
君には後悔しないでほしい。
やめろ！
11-17, huh? All right. Alunico, what up, man? I was already name dropping you this morning. What's up, buddy? Repaint your heart. Painting mine black, dude. All right, let's go, dude. Let's go. So, a new trailer for the upcoming Persona 5 spin-off game is what we just watched. Persona 5 Tactica has dropped. Or the trailer dropped. Following the release of its mobile game earlier on in the year, it appears that the iconic RPG video game is still as relevant today. Featuring the main squad for Persona 5, the new tactical RPG that takes place concurrently with the events in the original game, but with the Phantom Thieves of Hearts transported to an alternate medieval European-inspired world. The new trailer also reveals the Repaint Your Heart Challenge Pack DLC for the game, including additional characters Goro Akechi and Kasumi Yoshizawa. It is scheduled for release on the PS5 and 4, Switch, Xbox, Game Pass, Xbox Series X, S1, and Steam on November 17th. All right? There's links to their website if you want it. Alrighty? Yo, yeah, that's what I was just saying, Alunico. I have never played any other Persona games at all, but people love that series, dude. Yeah, it's a very iconic series. People love it, man. But I haven't ever played any of them either. Yeah. Here we go. Latest Call of Duty game has been announced. Activision confirms Modern Warfare 3. A brief teaser by the official Call of Duty YouTube account announces the arrival of Modern Warfare 3. Activision Blizzard, one of the most prominent players in the gaming industry, has made an official announcement revealing that this year's addition to the widely acclaimed game series, Call of Duty, will continue the storyline from the preceding year's release. The upcoming game has been named Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. It's scheduled for release on November 10th, people. November 10th. A brief teaser, which surfaced on Monday, hints at the potential comeback of the infamous antagonist Vladimir Makarov. He has been a well-known recurring adversary in the Call of Duty franchise. According to a report by The Verge, these announcements have emerged from developers Sledgehammer Games and the official Call of Duty accounts, confirming the forthcoming release of Modern Warfare 3. Notably, it is distinct from the 2011 title Modern Warfare 3. The scheduled launch date for this new installment is November 10th. Remarkably, Modern Warfare 3's release is slated merely 13 months following the launch of Modern Warfare 2 in the preceding October, aligning with the franchise tradition of annual Call of Duty releases since 2005. This upcoming release complements the popular Battle Royale offshoot Call of Duty Warzone. Notably, it appears to mark Activision's first Call of Duty launch after its acquisition by Microsoft. Originally anticipated to finalize in July, the acquisition's timeline has been extended to October 18th, just shy of a month before Modern Warfare 3's debut on Xbox platforms, and remaining available on PlayStation systems for a limited time as well. Yep. So most of these hurdles for the acquisition, that's what I was saying when we found this article, is like, yeah, Lunico, that's the way I feel too, dude. Yeah, but hey, man, there's a reason. A lot of people love it, dude, and a lot of people play it, so more power to them, you know what I mean? What I said when we first found this article was like, good news for Activision Blizzard is good news for Microsoft, right? Even though the acquisition of Activision Blizzard by Microsoft and Xbox hasn't fully happened yet, most of the significant hurdles have been bypassed at this point. There's only one really left, right? Which is the what is it? I think it's the UK's, right? Your UK's regulatory committee. And basically what this is the agreement got extended between Activision Blizzard and Microsoft. It got extended by a few months from July to October to complete the deal. That way, Microsoft didn't incur like a $3 billion fee or fine for not getting the deal accomplished in the original time that was set upon their agreement for the acquisition, because there had been so many hurdles that came up for it, right? So it's happening, dude. It's going to happen sooner rather than later. And anything that's good for Activision Blizzard is good for Microsoft right now, man. I mean, it's happening. It's gonna happen pretty quick here. The acquisition will, and people love Call of Duty. I quit playing Call of Duty a number of years ago, man. I think the last one I played, I think, was Black Ops 3, and I even skipped a couple in between there. Previous to that, it really lost its appeal to me, to be honest. But a lot. I mean, there's a reason why it's such a unique title for what it does in the industry. It's the biggest. I mean, if you've kept up with the acquisition here between Microsoft trying to acquire Activision Blizzard, it has been the hot point of all of these discussions and regulatory committees and everything, because it is a huge, huge, iconic, unique title. And the thing that's crazy is that everything else Microsoft and Xbox will be getting out of the Activision Blizzard deal, the portfolio is insane. It's so massive. And all anybody really wanted to talk about was Call of Duty. That's how unique it is. Just because of how many people play it, how lucrative it is in the industry. It's really, really wild. And we got another one coming in November, man. So there you go. If you need more, I'll link it for you. Yeah, so Lunico, we've got the Red Dead stuff up. We're gonna talk about it this morning. Yeah. That's why I was shouting you out earlier this morning. We're gonna talk about it. So Sony has begun beta testing cloud streaming for PS5 games, man. Yeah. No, I mean, dude, I think there might actually be more. Davey, I think there might be more. That's probably one of the reasons it's kind of a turnoff for me too. You know what I mean? There's just so much, and I think that's one of those things. When it's a game that you have to buy every single year, you know, it's like, meh. It's just, I don't know. To me, that it's better off in today's day and age of gaming when you have these games that just, and not every game is built to accommodate this well, but a game like Call of Duty could really be put into more of a live service space, continual kind of, you know, rather than, but the reason they won't do it is because of, and I've said this about like Pokemon, you know, games like that. It fits the live service space without having to do yearly releases much better, in my opinion. But the reason it won't happen is because it's not as lucrative. It's not as profitable for the developer, right? So you won't see that happen. Instead of having a game that gets pushed out like, you know, a live service game that just continues to get updated and content added to it, you know what I mean? And you don't have to worry about buying it year over year over year over year. You know, and you can still make those games very profitable and everything, but this is a tried and true, very, very, very lucrative way to keep getting consumers to pay for highly titles that are in big demand, right? Like Call of Duty, like Pokemon, stuff like that. So that's why they just pump them out. Just keep pumping them out, dude, every single year, you know? I mean, I think the thing that works maybe a little bit better as far as for Call of Duty as opposed to something like Assassin's Creed, right? You're talking about a multiplayer, live service, multiplayer competitive kind of game where most people aren't as worried about like a campaign, even though they're starting to bring that back into the fold for those games. Most people aren't as worried about a campaign for those games as they are just a new online multiplayer competitive experience. That's what they want. The majority of people that play those games, that's what they want. And so every year they get a new one and they're stoked about it. Whereas the difference for like something like Assassin's Creed is like it's usually just like a single player campaign kind of scenario. And the fact that they pump them out like every single year, that's where I really have a hard time seeing how people get hyped about those games, because it just seems like you're getting I don't know. Does that make sense? I guess maybe it's just for me there. I don't know. You're just getting the same thing in a different time period, and it's just not enough time to to really get hyped about it necessarily in a single player campaign type of game between releases. As opposed to, I understand why people love Call of Duty. They want something new every single year, you know? That's just me, though. I could be off there. Sony begins beta testing cloud streaming for PS5 games, but you're not wrong, dude. They pump those things out probably quick. There's probably more Call of Duty at this point than Assassin. How many Call of Duty games are there all time? Hold on. 22 mainline. When did Call of Duty start, by the way? A little bit before. Yeah, 2003. 2003. And I think Assassin's Creed. So we're talking just over 20 years, right? And Assassin's Creed's actually 15 years old. So Call of Duty had a bit of a jump timeline wise. But Assassin's Creed has what? 12 mainline, 17 spin-offs. Call of Duty has 22 mainline and a few spin-offs as well. So they're right there keeping up with each other, you know what I mean? They're keeping up with each other. Maybe it's a contest, dude. Maybe, as far as we know, you know, it's too big developer. Maybe they're just like in a contest so you can pump out more games in one series. All right. Sony begins beta testing cloud streaming for PS5 games. Now that I've read that title like 3 times. Sony has started beta testing cloud streaming for PS5 games with select PSN users. This beta allows players to stream their games from the cloud directly to the PS5 consoles. Service will be available as part of PlayStation Plus Premier once it is fully rolled out. Roll out. The list of supported titles will include PS5 games from the PlayStation Plus game catalog and game trials, as well as digital PS5 titles that players own. According to users participating in the beta, the service supports resolutions of 720p, 1080p, 1440p, and 4K. This is notable because Xbox Cloud Streaming, a direct console comparison, currently does not offer a 4K option. Sony announced that when the feature launches, cloud game streaming for supported PS5 titles will be directly available on the PS5 console. This means that premium members can easily access their favorite games without having to download them first. Sony also mentioned that as more games are released for the PS5 console, they plan to add cloud streaming capability for PS5 titles alongside the existing ability to stream PS3, PS4, and classic titles for premium members. Good. Earlier this year, stop that. Sony CEO Jim Ryan stated that PlayStation had aggressive plans in the cloud gaming space. He emphasized the importance of the cloud in accommodating the increasing mobility and gaming habits, and mentioned that Sony would reveal more details about their cloud gaming initiatives in the coming months. Okay. Well, they're rolling it out, man. They're rolling it out. Wait, what? They did? Yo, General, what's up? I don't know why that got moderated. Weird. Yo, General Happiness, what's up? He got a patch. I think, did we read that it was supposed to be getting a patch? I think we might have read the news that it was supposed to be getting a patch. I think we read that actually, that they were like pushing out a patch for it. But Daedalic Entertainment, they're the ones that developed that game. They are no longer a development company, by the way. If anybody is not aware, because of the tragically, historically bad release of Gollum, Daedalic has turned into a solely publishing video game publishing company now. They no longer will be developing for the foreseeable future anyways. No more game development from Daedalic. They have announced that officially. Well, yeah, that's true, Psycho. We didn't talk about that either, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, they've got 11 in development right now. Yeah, you're right. To fix the end credits. What was wrong with the end credits? Look, there was way more than just FPS drops in that game. Dude, if anybody saw, I mean, that game was a hot flipping mess, dude. Gollum was so bad. You're talking about like Gollum would be like T-posing and like sliding around on the ground like face down. It was like there was all kinds of crap jacked up in that game. I saw, whenever the game released, I saw a clip where somebody had their character Gollum looking down from a cliff from up above on like orcs walking through like a canyon or something. Dude, it looked like the old school Lemmings game from way back in the day. It was terrible. So yeah, I mean, Gollum had a lot of issues, dude. I don't think they're going to be able to do enough patches to fix that game. I mean, it's I think lost, really, but that's, I don't know. I guess they're doing what they should be doing in trying to make the game better for the people that actually bought into it. Make the game feel. Look, dude, I put an article from a news segment the other day speaking about this exact thing. These developers that release games here, I'm gonna link this for you guys so you can take a look at it if you want to, but I'll talk about what the gist of this is, okay? This is my sentiment here. Developers do not deserve kudos or pats on the back or awards or props, whatever you want to call it. They don't deserve any of that crap for sticking by a game that they released in a broken state and making it feel the way it should have felt on release. They don't deserve that. So I think that's one of those mind states that we've all gotten into, where people quite often, you'll hear people go, well, they stuck by the game and they fixed it and it feels great and that's awesome. No, it's not awesome. They did their job. They did the job that they should have done in the first place, and they made the game feel what it should have felt on release instead of making people feel scammed, Yo, Veristotle, what's up, buddy? How you doing? It's been a minute, man. What's going on? And so, I mean, good for Daedalic for continuing to work on the game and striving to make the game feel the way it should have felt when it initially released. But they don't deserve like credit or props or, recognition for it or anything. You know what I mean? Psycho. All right, let's see what's going on with this right here. PlayStation 5 update beats Xbox to long requested graphics feature. The modern age of consoles is a wonderful thing, not only providing us with the best gaming memories, but also improvements to the consoles can be made at a mere whim, courtesy of a swift system update. Whether it be updates related to the user interface, new audio features, or even app integrations such as Discord, we've seen countless evolutions for the dashboard for both PlayStation and Xbox over the years, with today's generation being no exception. However, PlayStation 5 has implemented a long-awaited graphics feature, beating the Xbox Series X and S to the punch. One of the best aspects of modern gaming is cloud gaming, a feature that Xbox has certainly honed in on. Cloud gaming allows you to play video games in an instant without downloads and even allows you to play them on a compatible mobile device with an internet connection. Yep, we just read about this. So it's nothing new. I mean, it is new, but we just read about they're actually just talking about the cloud gaming service that Sony is beta testing now, rolling out, right? So we just talked about this. I'm not going to go into depth on this again. It's the same thing that we were just covering. All right. Ups and downs, bigger downs. I'm sorry to hear that. Aristotle, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's usually the way life works. You know, it feels like when you're down, dude, it just keeps kicking you. You know what I mean? Um, the when it rains, it pours, right? It feels like everything just gets compounded and stacked up against you. So I'm sorry to hear that. I've definitely experienced those times in my life, and just keep pushing. You'll get through it, and you know, it'll be better on the other side. You know, those are always tough experiences to deal with and get through, but when you do get through them, you're usually a better person for having dealt with it, and you grow through those experiences and stuff. So I'm sorry to hear that, but you'll be in my thoughts, man, for stuff to turn around for you. You know, I had some good cupcakes. Those were ups. Yo, that's the right mindset, dude. You know, it's the little things that count, dude. No doubt. Yeah. Psycho. This is what you got to do. Where's the emote? There you go. There you go. That's why we got all these fun 7TV emotes, you know what I'm saying? It's good to see you, buddy. Sorry that you've been having rough times. You know, we're always here if you need to come hang out and have a cool space to chill with cool peeps, dude. Darkwood developers shuts down indefinitely due to destructive work-life balance. Our families are our top priority. All right, Aristotle. Get some rest, buddy. Hopefully we'll see you later, okay? Don't be a stranger. Acid Wizard Studio, developer of the survival horror Darkwood, announced that it will be taking an indefinite break from development to look after its employees' well-being. We're going on hiatus for the foreseeable future. We haven't been able to create a work environment that would not be destructive to our personal lives, explained the developer via a post to X. Our families are our top priority, and they should not be affected negatively by our work. You crack me up, dude. After we release it, we're going on hiatus for the foreseeable future. Yeah. Interesting. Recently, Acid Wizard Studio was working on Soccer Kids, a tactical turn-based sports game that had a playable alpha version in June. While players were positive towards the new project, despite it being a significant departure from Darkwood, it was decided that it is in the team's best interest to suspend all development for now. We've been talking to some amazing people who could make a sequel for Darkwood and continue working on Soccer Kids. So spread the word. If you're a developer publisher who's interested in working on these IPs, hit us up. Continue to Acid Wizard Studio. Polish developer previously described Darkwood to be the product of 5 years of very hard work, with the last few being pretty much nonstop crunch. That sucks, dude. Team took a year off before coming up with a number of concepts for its new game, settling on Soccer Kids. This isn't intended to be interpreted as bad news, clarified Acid Wizard Studio, adding that the employees will reconvene in the future and its games will live on in the interim. At the moment, the plan is that Darkwood will receive patch 1.4, and then the developer will shut down. Players are invited to assist the team on the front with the beta testing. Yeah, that's I mean, good on them for understanding that they need to take a step back and let the entire workforce here for their studio maybe have a break and reassess how to better implement work moving forward, because crunch culture is something that's been rampant through the industry for ever now, the history of gaming, and it's not good. It results in significant burnout really, really fast, lower quality games, lower performing games. You know, it's the better a work environment is, the happier your employees are, the better products you're going to be able to push out. And it's good on Acid Wizard Studio to be able to recognize the fact that they might be heading down a bad road here with the way their maybe the work culture is here in their company. So good on them, man. Good on them. They can't find the page we're looking for. Okay, never mind then. Steam freebie, captivating 9 out of 10 adventure game, free to download now. Who likes free video games? Of course you do, especially when it concerns one that is highly regarded by fans. The visual novel Ballads at Midnight from indie developer Senstoria, published by Abiding Bridge. At the time of writing, Ballads at Midnight has scored very positive from Steam reviews. When a sarcastic bard is arrested and exiled to an abandoned castle, she is expected to be at the mercy of a hungry, bloodthirsty vampire. She soon discovers that the vampire, Lucius, is not starving. He is gravely bored. She may just survive on borrowed time. One ballad each midnight, reads the synopsis. Steam review section is full of comments such as Ballads at Midnight is a captivating dark fantasy visual novel. The banter between the sarcastic bard and the bored vampire, Lucius, is a constant source of entertainment. From Steam user Wolveruno. Artwork for the game is devastatingly beautiful, and the story was far above my expectations, exclaimed Rotley. Characters had depth, and there are some meaningful choices that provide different endings. Really enjoyed this game and look forward to the next. It's available to download now on PC via Steam, no cost whatsoever, and is a whopping 2 gigs of storage space. This should say storage space, not memory. Let's look at this real quick. Ballads at Midnight. Yeah, nice, Psycho. Did you see the post that Farrah put in the meme channel the other day? $220 gigs? Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, here you go, guys. So, Ballad at Midnight. Yeah, that was pretty good, wasn't it? Yeah, I liked that, dude. That was pretty funny, man. I noticed right away, too. I was like, oh, that's pretty good, dude. I like that. So, you just, right here, I'll link this to you guys. So, there's actually a Steam Visual Novel Fest going on from yesterday through the 14th. So, if you're into visual novels, you can grab some. I'm not really into them that much, but free games are free games, so I'm going to grab this guy. Add to library. Don't just hit play game. Add it to your library. You'll have it forever, okay? Boom. Easy. Done. Now I'll share it with you. And you can have this amazing visual novel as well. It does have good positive reviews. 96% positive of 269 Kappa user reviews. Cool. There you go. Very nice, very nice. Remnant 2 is getting crossplay and new archetype in DLC. The Souls-like shooter surpassed 1 million copies sold in only 4 days. This game's very good. And again, shout out to the developer, Gunfire Games, as they pushed out an update fairly quickly to address some of the frame rate issues that some people were having in the game, and it actually fixed stuff. It was very good. Remnant 2 is going to get... So as a matter of fact, we just finished this game in our Discord channel, in the Clips, or our Discord server in the Clips channel. I actually uploaded the ending of the game that includes my review and thoughts yesterday. So if you didn't get to check out the game live whenever we beat it, the clip is in a highlight of the final boss fight of the main campaign, as well as like us watching the credits, me talking about my review of the game, critique, pros and cons, things of that nature. That is all in the Clips channel in our Discord server, okay? And I'll try to have the playthrough up on YouTube fairly quickly here. That and Dave the Diver, actually. I'm going to try to get those done on Wednesday. Remnant 2 is getting crossplay and new archetypes. Remnant 2 is going to get crossplay in the future as developer Gunfire Games irons out the technical wrinkles that come with working with numerous platforms. The news arrived in a reply to a recent AMA Ask Me Anything Q&A session on Reddit with David Adams, the game's director and Gunfire Games president. Yes, we're looking at it, said Adams. There are issues with the different platforms and what they require in order to allow crossplay, but it's being actively worked on. Start of the month. Oh no, I'm corn. Oh no! Sorry. At the start of the month, it was announced that Remnant 2 secured 1 million units sold on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation in the 4 days from its launch. Souls-like shooter received predominantly positive reviews from critics too, with praise for its combat, variance in its procedurally generated world, and its entertaining cooperative experiences. Adams added their plans for new archetypes, also known as character classes, in downloadable content packs. The Archon was founded when data miners... okay, so I don't know about this. So I knew that I didn't know what it was called, but apparently there was an archetype that was in the game. Data miners found it when they were digging into the game's code, and this was something that Gunfire Games, the developer, knew was going to happen, and they kind of wanted it to. We knew we couldn't stop data mining, so we leaned into it, explained it. Principal designer Ben Curtin. Part of the process involved going into the backrooms in the world of Remnant 2. As this location originates as an online urban legend, one player asked why the liminal space was brought into this apocalyptic Earth. It was a culmination of a bunch of different ideas from different people. I think specifically the backrooms part was something our art director did one day when he got bored. We just ran with it. Okay, let's see what comes. I'm more interested in content coming to the game. Additional content. Additional worlds. Bosses, things of that nature for this game. This game was very good. I got almost 60 hours out of the main campaign, dude, for a game that costs $50 base. And there's plenty more to do if you want. And it was absolutely enjoyable. Very, very good game. So it's a high recommend for me. If you need more, I'll link it for you. Red Dead Redemption comes to Switch and PS4 remaster is MIA. Okay, look. So this is the last thing we're going to talk about today, unless anybody has anything to add for the news segment today. Shout out to our buddy Alunico, who actually brought this news to me first yesterday after our news segment while we were gaming. I didn't actually believe it. It would just seem too stupid from Rockstar to be believable, but here we are. And we'll talk about this. Here's what else we're going to do, though. After the news segment, we're going to go watch the Pokemon Presents. It pops off here in about 30 minutes. Then we're going to go watch the Devolver Digital VOD. They had a showcase yesterday that I forgot to have us watch live. And we're going to go watch the VOD of that before we start gaming today, okay? So we got some stuff to watch today. Hang out and watch before we start actually gaming. But here we go. So let me preface this with the fact that we all knew original Red Dead was coming back in some form or fashion. This game had been re-rated in parts of the world. And specifically, we got a re-rating come out of South Korea, I think it was, a number of weeks ago. Usually when a re-rating happens, that means the game's getting re-released. And a re-release normally, especially for a game that's this old, 13 years. 13-year-old game gets re-rated. That means we know it's getting re-released. That is a good indicator that the game is getting remade or at the very least remastered, right? And apparently, it's neither. Not only is it neither, but it's just getting re-released for the Switch and the PlayStation 4, and they're charging $50 for it. Rockstar is charging $50 for a 13-year-old game. So I couldn't really believe it. I'm not a big social media person, But most of what I use my Twitter account for, or X now, whatever Muskie wants to call it, is to like push out updates for the channel if maybe I have to start late or there's something has come up and I'm not able to get a stream in or something, life stuff, whatever. That's usually the most of what I do. But dude, I couldn't help it. And once I found out about this yesterday, I basically had to @ Rockstar and be like, this is insane. What are you doing? You can see it. It's on my account. You can see what I pushed out there. But the here before I even read all this, I'll just finish this up by kind of saying like, I think what is asinine about this is the biggest part being $50 for a 13-year-old game. Is it? This is a banger of a game. Don't get me wrong. Red Dead 1 is fantastic. I still own the original on PS3, and that's where I'm going to get it to in just one moment. Now, I am open to the idea of more people having access to this title that haven't played it before. But to be fair, you're going to try to get people to pay $50 for Red Dead 1 whenever people can go buy, you can get Red Dead 2 on sale quite often now for like $20. Come on, man. Really? And this is something else. I want to put something into perspective for people. Red Dead 1 is on PS3, right? And if you really think about it, you can find a nice refurbished PS3. If you look hard enough, you'll be able to find a Series 1 PS3. And there are different versions of the Series 1 PS3s. Some of them will be both backwards compatible for PS1 and PS2 games. Some of them will just be backwards compatible for one of them, because the software, it would take a while to explain it, but they're backwards compatible to an extent, okay? You'll have to look into it. I think it's the 80 gigabyte version of the PS3 that came out will only play either the PS1 or the PS2 games at this point, because one of them was a software emulator on it that got patched out. But the lower storage space versions of the PS3s that came out originally, the first editions of the PS3s, will their hardware chips that are on those that couldn't be patched out, and they're backwards compatible for both PS1 and PS2. You can find refurbished, quality, base model, original, early edition PS3s for roughly probably $75 to $90, something like that. And then Red Dead, original Red Dead, is another like $10. So if you put that in perspective, rather than going and paying $50 for the game to play it on like your PS4, you could pay a little bit more than that if you don't have a PS3 and you're a gaming aficionado, collector, and you don't have a PS3. You can go get a PS3 that can give you backwards compatibility, because let's face it, PlayStation's not good at that nowadays, right? You can go get a PS3 that has backwards compatibility for older PlayStation games too, and grab the original version for the PS3 and just play it on that. Because this version they're pushing out is not enhanced at all. Not better frames, not better resolution or anything. It is the same exact game that you're paying $50 for. So just something to think about. Pay a little bit more money than what you would pay for this ridiculously priced version of the original game that's coming out for modern-esque consoles, and get yourself a first edition PS3 with backwards compatibility and get the game on that. That way you've got a system from PlayStation that can play even older PlayStation games, physical copies too, if you're a collector, right? And let me bring this up real quick. Let me just show their original tweet here, okay? For this. I mean, dude, I could not believe it. August 17th, the beloved Western experience Red Dead Redemption and its horror companion Undead Nightmare, which this was like the Ultimate Edition or whatever, they got pushed out a long time ago anyways, arrived for the first time on Switch and modern PlayStation systems. It's not PS5, it's PS4. So previous gen PlayStation systems. Right? Apparently they're getting absolutely destroyed right now. About this. Like everybody's just like everybody's just trolling them out and memeing on them, dude. And they deserve it. Full supervillain arc, dude. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a bad flipping look, dude. And this is one of the things I was talking about. I mean, you know, it's no secret either that Rockstar has really like, yo, Psycho, take it easy, buddy. Rest well, man. It's good to see you. Rockstar has for quite some time really just disregarded most of their other beloved titles. You know, for Grand Theft Auto, that's all they really care about. For the entirety of like Red Dead Online, you know, thanks, man. For the entirety of like Red Dead Online, with the same time GTA 5 Online was out, GTA 5 Online would just get content update after content update, and Red Dead Online players would just be left in the western dust, as it were. You know, it was like, I remember just constantly reading reports of how pissed off players of Red Dead Online and fans of Red Dead Online would be whenever these consistent patches would come out with content updates for GTA 5. And then the same time they'd push out a patch for like Red Dead Online, and it'd be like, yo, you're getting a pair of chaps. It was almost like a slap in the face. Not only that, but I mean, you talk about, you know, a game like Rockstar that has so many beloved, you know, franchises that have been called for revamps and you know, remasters or remakes or keeping the series going or whatever, and they don't care, dude. Midnight Club or Bully or, you know, this Red Dead. I mean, dude, 13 years should be not a port. At the very least, a remaster. At the very least. If you're going to re-release this game, at the very least, it should have been a remaster. And, you know, it's just so terribly disgusting to see a company do this kind of thing. $50 for a port to modern-esque, if you will, platforms. Because, look, let's be fair. The Switch is not modern. This is like a console that's going on 8 years old. The hardware in it is going on 9 years old. Is it the most recent console that Nintendo has out? Yeah, for a little bit longer. Nintendo's going to have another console before too long, sometime next year. And PS4 is not modern. That's previous gen. The modern PS console is PS5. So, I don't know, dude. They deserve all the criticism. It's just another example for me of a giant developer implementing another scummy tactic to suck money out of people instead of, you know, trying to show some love to their community and the fans of their games and stuff. Get wrecked, Rockstar. Disgusting, dude. So what this article basically says is, after years of waiting and months of reignited rumors of a remaster, Rockstar Games has finally revealed a port for the first Red Dead Redemption. Over a decade after its release, the critically acclaimed third-person shooter is making the jump to PlayStation 4 and Switch on August 17th. But a next-gen upgrade for PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC is seemingly not happening. PS4 and Switch versions will be $50. The ports won't include any changes to the underlying game. They will come with Undead Nightmare, a zombie story campaign that was added to the Game of the Year edition of Red Dead Redemption over a decade ago. If you were hoping for a 4K update or 60 frames, you're out of luck. The PS4 and Switch ports won't support multiplayer either. It is literally the original game. Literally. And that's it, dude. I mean, yeah, it was re-rated in South Korea. That's why everybody thought it was going to be at least a remaster. It's so disgusting, dude. Rockstar receives massive backlash over Red Dead Redemption lazy port. Let's read this real quick. Red Dead Redemption continues to be the neglected child. Every one of their games does, besides GTA. Let's say that, because to be fair, they don't really care about any of their other titles. I understand that GTA is their most lucrative title, and they're going to have a focus on that. Yeah, that's understandable. But they don't care about any of their other games. Rockstar recently announced Red Dead Redemption and the Undead Nightmare expansion coming to PS4 and Switch, including backwards compatibility with the PS5. Since fans had hoped for a remaster or remake on several platforms, including PC, this conversion port has been dubbed lazy and overpriced. As such, the studio is under severe backlash over the recent announcement. Red Dead Redemption announcement came with much disappointment from the fans. One of the main reasons for this is because for a long time there had been rumors that it would be a remaster coming to PC along with the Switch and PS4 and 5. Instead, fans are left with a port they consider lazy with no PC version and a $50 price tag. Important to note that hardly anyone is going to be willing to pay $50 for a conversion port. In any case, this could be bad for the series, since no matter how well the re-release performs, it would be considered negative for either the franchise or Rockstar. Ultimately, Rockstar may have made a terrible decision that could cost them many fans. Not the first time the studio has made decisions that upset Red Dead community. Yeah, dude, constantly. The franchise has long been suffering from content drought, and this supposed remaster could have been a wonderful thing for fans and a great way to revitalize the series. Instead, it seems like this announcement could be a nail in the coffin. Yep. Again, they don't care about anything but GTA. They don't care about anything but GTA. It's really gross. It's really gross. That's what I got, man. That's what I got. That's the news for today, August 8th, guys. Thank you very much for being a part of it, as always. Shout out to Alunico. Thanks, buddy, for bringing the the Red Dead news to me yesterday. After we had done our news segment and while we were gaming and stuff, man, so that I was aware of it, and we could address it appropriately today. Appreciate that, man. We're gonna move on. We've got we're going to do some gaming stuff today. I don't know exactly what yet. I'll figure it out in a bit. We aren't getting to start WrestleQuest again because it got delayed by a couple of weeks. And so we've got other games that we're in the middle of playing, and we'll play some of that stuff. Probably do some Fallout New Vegas. It's probably what we'll play. But we've got Pokemon Presents that's kicking off here in about 10 minutes. We're going to watch that. Then we're going to go watch the VOD of the Devolver Digital showcase that happened yesterday before we start gaming. If anybody out there has been able to catch this segment live, or maybe you're watching this as a VOD, we've got all of our other video gaming news segments that we've done previously, all of our gameplay playthroughs that we've done, which are always conducted immediately after we finish the video gaming news segments every day, along with funny, crazy, wild clips, highlights, all that kind of stuff from the streams. All that stuff is on the Twitch channel as well as the YouTube channel. So go take a look at that content. If you're enjoying it, then come hang out with myself, the rest of this amazing community, whenever we go live at 6 a.m. CST. That's 4 a.m. Pacific or 7 a.m. Eastern every single day but Wednesdays, 6 days a week. Right now, we might get back to 7 days a week in the future, but right now I'm taking I'm taking a day off each week to work on content stuff, and so 6 days a week, no Wednesday streams. So we'll be down tomorrow, no live stream tomorrow, but come hang out with us, and we have a great community, amazing people here. It's a lot of fun. Try to present a welcoming, inclusive, fun, engaging community where people can hang out and feel safe and welcome and have a good time. So come be a part of it, man. We'd love to have more people that are like-minded be a part of what we do. So other than that, man, happy Tuesday. Stay healthy, stay safe, be kind, and I will catch everybody for our next video gaming news segment when we are back on Thursday for August 10th edition. All right?